My name's Staff Sergeant Salvatore Giunta, and I'm from Hiawatha, Iowa. The day was like any other, I guess, October day in Afghanistan. So it starts off cold, cool in the morning, and then the day heated up. 2 days prior, up on the Abiskar, the scouts got hit with attachment from 2nd Platoon Battle Company, and they got ran up on by the Taliban, you know, or whoever, the bad guys. And that's a pretty big deal because, you know, this is the 173rd, and I know those guys. I know Sergeant Rice, I know Sergeant Rugel, I know the scouts, I know 2nd Platoon, you know. We don't get ran up on, and we definitely don't get beat. If you want to bring a fight, that's fine, you're gonna get your ass beat, that's just okay. But that day wasn't how it happened, and that was just right up the ridge from us still and a little bit to the north. So it's we already know there's hostiles there. Are they still there? Not sure, but it was a quiet overwatch. It all was set off. They did an excellent job. They did what we would do. Same thing, same procedures, L shape, good distance. We saw tracers everywhere. You know, tracers, they don't usually, it's not tracer. It's tracer, maybe 3-4 rounds, tracer. So to see tracers absolutely everywhere. In front of you, behind you, around you, on the ground, in the air, flying over you, RPGs. The initial contact was just intense. It was pretty intense initial contact. It's a battle drill. I mean, you're gonna react because you know exactly how to react. Everyone's gonna do exactly their piece of the puzzle, even though it's a controlled chaos. The thing that, you know, you look around every day in the Army and there's some chaos going on, but that trains you or prepares you for a bigger chaos or a different chaos where you can control somewhat of the chaos or direct the chaos or where the tornado or whatever may go. And initially, fire back, take cover. 2 things, you can do them simultaneously. You just need to know you're putting rounds downrange. You need to shoot where they're shooting from and let them know, you know, fuck you. This ain't gonna happen, not today. Casey and Clary, to my left, that's gonna be my next direct. I need to see what's up with them. This is the team. Sergeant Gallardo's worrying about the squad. Brennan's worrying about his team. So my team, what's going on? Casey's down, same kind of little defilade area. Clary's down. His area wasn't as big as Casey's or mine was, but he's still laying down on the ground. Both firing back. Kind of shout to them, you know, hey, cyclic to Casey. Casey's, the SAL is the M249, which is your mass casualty producing weapon in a team. Just hammer it, just rock it, just shoot everything. Shoot back and forth, shoot all the lights. And he did that, and he was already doing that. I mean, it's pretty chaotic. I'm gonna say that, I'm gonna yell that, but he's doing it. He already knew that. He's a professional. This is what we get paid to do. We didn't go out there and like, hey, we're gonna deploy to Afghanistan. Like, this is what pays our bills. This is what gives us money to have fun. This is the life that we chose to live, at least at this moment in time. We didn't join. We're not engineers. We're not anything. We are infantry. I signed up. I want to learn how to shoot a gun. I don't want to learn how to type on a computer. And so everyone's doing exactly what needs to be done, which makes the team leader job freaking sweet. You know, if your guys are doing their job, hey, cool. I'll just find the next thing to do. Casey's firing 203s. Clary's firing 203s. Clary's shooting. Casey's laying down cyclic, that's great, but that also puts him in a position to be a target, because the same thing that we're doing is shooting at their muzzle flashes, is they're shooting at our muzzle flashes, and we got muzzle flashes. Casey has a fire launcher just flashing. And I mean, like I said, we were moving out at dark, so it sticks out. I shoot a couple more shots. Casey and Claire are moving. I'm gonna see what the squad leader wants, see what we can do here. You know, all this is happening incredibly quick, so it's not, everyone's doing exactly what they need to do, which allows it to happen so quick. I looked up the trail and saw Sergeant Gallardo pushing forward towards Alpha Team, and there's just, that same initial wall is still happening. Like this whole time, their initial contact within the first 5 seconds, all this is first 5 seconds or less, has not stopped. They're all shooting cyclic. There's RPGs going above our heads. Most of them were all the RPGs were mainly above. And Sergeant Gallardo is trying to move forward, and it's just, you can see it, it's a wall of tracers. That's not really something you want to go running through. I've read some of those sworn statements. I've read all the sworn statements. And in my mind, like, my memory of it is a little different. And like I said, everything kind of happens all at once. So like at the end, there's really no time, even when it's all said and done, we still got to make it back. It's not over. So there wasn't a whole lot of like reflection period. And when we did return, we found out, I didn't even know we had, 2 casualties. I didn't know Brendan was going to die, and I didn't know Mendoza had died. So our reflection period wasn't reflecting on what just happened. It was more, thinking about the guys. And so I remember it, I got hit in the front plate, kind of in this little defilade area, and it came, I was shooting to the left, preparing to look to my right, saw Sergeant Gallardo trying to push forward through the wall of bullets, and I got hit. And I knew what happened when I got hit because it kind of poofed and oh, whatever, it just doesn't hurt, why stop? Continued to shoot, but that came from this way. It came from our right. It came from northern part of the valley, which below us was 2nd Platoon, but that was a steep decline and still a ways away. And Brennan's up there, Neckroad's up there, and Gallardo's up there, and it came from that way. And they sure as hell ain't shooting this way. And that bullet didn't come from the left. It didn't come from everyone shooting that we see, which at that point, there's nothing to do with it. Just, put it in the mind like, fuck, bad spot to be, because right now, if 1 bullet can hit here, 2 bullets can hit here, and they can fucking come right down this line. That's what we would do. If we set up an L-shaped ambush, that's what makes the L-shape, is them coming down the line. Once they get everyone focused here and on line, they come and swoop through the side. It's perfect. And so I pushed back out of this little draw, hoping maybe you can't see that far up there, but had Casey and Clary drop back only, a foot or 2. That's their best spot, but it's just not that good a spot right now. And Gallardo came running back to link up with us, because it was a big wall of fire. And he, on his way back to us, kind of right in the area where I got hit, maybe 10 meters in front of it, still a little 10 meters northwest, so still between us and on the line of fire coming here, I saw his head kind of like ding. And didn't think he tripped. I saw his head ding, like, fuck, It's still, this is all fast. It's all still happening. Didn't jump up to help him up. I didn't think he was gonna get up. I was gonna go just grab him and pull him back. Do the best. That's my next move. My guys are doing everything they can do. Me shooting an M4, okay, I can shoot, maybe another 30 rounds or another 15 of just popping them off, but it'd be better to grab him. And when I jumped up to go and grab him, he didn't even fall all the way to the ground. So his head got hit, and he's kind of hitting his hands on the ground, trying to keep his balance and coming around, and I was up with him, just kind of grabbed onto his shoulder. At that time, we came back. Casey and Clary are still firing. We have no idea of anything that's happening. My realm of understanding of this whole time only consists of the next 15 meters behind me, because I linked up with with Casey, Casey's with Clary. We're all within a closer proximity of than when we were walking. And I had grenades on me, Gallardo had grenades on him, Clary had grenades on him. So we consolidated the grenades. So there's not a whole lot of time to talk. There's still a lot of shooting. Casey's not stopping. Casey's firing the whole time. Clary's getting his grenades out. I'm pulling my grenades out. We're still on the ground, on our sides, pulling grenades out. Still shooting when we can, just because we're not gonna run out of ammunition in this case. It's gonna go one of two ways, and it's not gonna be the way of running out of ammunition. It's gonna be no one left or none of them left. Everyone's doing it together, and everyone's doing exactly what they need to do, and it's easy to be a professional baseball player on a professional team and never play, but you still get to be a professional and you still get to win. So it's easy to be part of a team of professionals and do your part because everyone else is doing their part, you know? There's no standout. You're working as a team, moving, which is good. As far as motivating, it's motivating too, but like I said, there's no motivation needed. All this is still happening, and 3 grenades, getting down, returning fire, shooting. At no point had any firing ever stopped. It's just still lots of shooting. And as I'm looking to the left, I'm still running, and I'm not getting shot at, so I don't, it's probably better you say, I'm up, he sees me, I'm down, maybe 3 to 5 second rush. There's no time for a 3 to 5 second rush. If you're not getting shot at, you're lucky, just keep on going. So just kept on running, and I came up on 3 guys, and 2 guys were carrying 1 guy. And this is all, as I'm running, this is what I'm seeing. So I'm explaining a lot slower than it happens. And like I said, the moon, it was nighttime, but the moon was closer to a full moon than anything. And when there's no city lights or anything, your eyes become a lot more aware of how much light there is at night, especially when there's a full moon and you have good loom. I didn't have my nods down. I had my nods up, but I can definitely see muzzle flashes. I can definitely still see people, and I can see people in my, I'm within range of the bad guys, within the range of the good guys. We all are pretty much the same. And I saw the people, but I couldn't make out everything. And one guy had another guy's arms, and the other guy had the guy's legs, and they were moving backwards. Well, not backwards, but they were moving towards the west, which would be away from where we're going, which is towards the gunfire. And as I'm running, I'm just like, what? Who beat me here? Because, like I said, I don't know anything that happened behind us. Maybe they moved around us to go front. I don't know why they would do that. That wouldn't be how it should go. That's why we train this stuff, so we can know where everyone's piece is. And as I'm running, I noticed, they're not friendlies. And that's not an Afghani that they're carrying. And so I just run and shoot and run. They weren't ready for that. They both had their guns slung on their backs. They had a guy in their arms. So when I ran up on them, I was just shoot to kill. I mean, that's what time it is. Time to get rid of them. And I shot one guy, and he dropped. And the other guy, before the one guy actually fell, the other guy was already gone. And at that time, by the time that guy dropped, the other guy was gone. Brennan's on the ground. He doesn't have his helmet. He doesn't have his rucksack. He doesn't have his gun. He doesn't have the bottom part of his jaw. He's hurt. He's alive. I grabbed him on the back of the IOTVs. There's a handle. Grabbed the handle and just started running back from the direction, kind of going back to where I thought that he would be.